McClan is 43 year old. He has a lot of children. He needs to take care of, some biological, some are not. He's married. He's responsible for his family and for his wife. He's employed. He has taken responsibility for his actions.
Why would you allow your son either to learn how to drive or practice how to drive on a vehicle that you know is stolen?
It was dumb. It isn't something I would want for anybody to be doing. Or
no, I mean, I know you're saying that now, but I'm like, why would you do that?
David Gonzalez wanted probation because he said his family needed him. But Judge Boyd had his record, his new cases, and two different versions of what happened. Which story was the court supposed to believe?
Court is calling 2026 CR 001813, State versus David Lopez Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced?
Florence for the state. Valentina Kogor on behalf of Mr. Gonzalez.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You entered a plea. According to your plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. The state is opposed to your application. They're taking in consideration 2025 PF 49447 and 2025 PF 49446. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI and TAP evaluation?
Yes, Judge. Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI or TAP, state?
No, Judge.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the state is opposed. State, do you have any witnesses?
No, Judge.
Defense, any witnesses?
Just McClan, Your Honor.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
David Gonzalez, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. How old are you?
33.
Are you married?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
13.
What are their ages?
23, 22, 20, 18, 16, 15, 14, 12, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Are they all your biological children?
8 of them are.
And what are their ages? What are their ages?
For the biological.
Biological.
For 23, 22, 20, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And are you currently employed?
Yes.
How were you employed?
With local union 67 sheet metal.
And what do you do?
We do AC sheet metal
Okay.
commercial.
Are you accepting responsibility for your actions?
I am.
Are you asking the court to grant you probation?
I am.
Why are you asking the court to grant you probation?
I have responsibilities. Though I messed up. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. And it couldn't allow it to be something that's going to affect the rest of the kids as well.
And I'm so sorry. Could you speak up?
I'm
I'm having
sorry.
problems hearing you.
Sure, next to the mic.
Why I want the probation, why I'm asking for the probation is I did slip up. It was something that shouldn't have happened. But as for my rest of my children, I really need to be that role model for them and not allow something like this to happen again.
And have you been on probation before?
Yes, years ago.
And were you successful on probation?
No, I walked out on it.
Okay. And how is this time will be different?
I was younger and I wasn't ready for responsibilities, and I'm trying to be very responsible now.
And did you learn the consequences of not complying with terms and conditions of probation?
Yes.
That's the witness, Jennifer.
State.
Hello, Mr. Gonzalez. My name is Lorna Espinosa. I'm from Felix at the stage. You just testified with your defense attorney that you have learned from your past. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
How can we talk, or how can you assure this court that you've done that when you picked up 3 new cases since the last time you were on release?
It was, like I said, it was slip up with something that shouldn't have happened. Going through a lot and helping raise kids that my wife can continue to say that it's not mine. I'm still trying to be there for my kids, even my ones that aren't biological. I raise them as my own, and though we have our hiccups in our marriage, I try not to.
All right, excuse me. We're in the middle of a hearing. Please do not walk in front of the parties. All right, you may continue.
Sorry. How does this differ? Yeah, I don't know.
And then on the instant offense, the unauthorized use of motor vehicle, do you remember that date, August 6th?
From last year,
Yes, sir.
this is the van thing.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay, and you gave a statement to the PSI officer about the event, correct?
Yes,
And you remember advising the PSI officer that it was your son Luis that was operating the vehicle, is that correct?
yeah.
And you said that he had to drop off a backpack, correct?
Yeah.
And do you remember being Mirandized by the police officer on August
Yeah,
6th?
I'm trying to remember all that.
And you remember how you told the officer at the time that you were teaching Luis to drive?
I already had taught Luis how to drive, that's why he had learned, but when all that had happened, yes, it was somewhat similar to that.
So why did you give two different accounts of the events that
I
occurred?
can't remember it all because it's been over a while, but yes.
So which is accurate?
He already had learned how to drive, because when we had a vehicle, before all this had happened, he knew how to drive. But at the same time, it's like, he can always learn more, and it wasn't something that I should have been doing in a vehicle like that, but that's what it was.
And you understand that wasn't y'all's vehicle, correct?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So how can you be a good role model to your children when you're having him essentially be a party to this criminal
And
offense?
that's why I said like that was something where I slipped up on that shouldn't have had did. And because of all this right here, it's like it really opened my eyes to where it's not something I should be allowing for any of the other kids to be going through it as well.
I see. No further questions.
Any other questions?
No, yeah.
Anything else you would like to say?
No, no.
All right, I'll hear a brief argument.
Judge, we're opposed to the application. We ask that you sentence to 4 years in the prison. Mr. Gonzalez has extensive criminal history. He has 3 felony convictions and 9 misdemeanor convictions. Of the 3 times he's been on probation, he was revoked twice, and then once he did successfully complete probation, so I will give him that and see that. However, Judge, he continues to victimize the community, therefore we ask that you deny his application.
Defense?
Yes, McClan is 43 year old. He has a lot of children. He needs to take care of, some biological, some are not. He's married. He's responsible for his family and for his wife. He's employed. He has taken responsibility for his actions, and he's pleading for mercy from the court.
Do
To
you
grant
mind if I
probation.
ask your client a question?
Excuse me?
Do you mind if I ask your client a question?
No, yeah.
Why would you allow your son either to learn how to drive or practice how to drive on a vehicle that you know is stolen?
It was a for that day, like it isn't something I would want for anybody to be doing or.
No, I mean, I know
advice.
you're saying that now, but I'm like, why would you do that?
At that given day, like I just had a lot going on, like me and my wife arguing and everything, and it doesn't excuse it, but it's just a dumb mistake that I did on my part. It really is.
I don't think probation is appropriate for you. One, this is a state jail felony, but it's been enhanced.
Yes,
So it's a 3rd-degree felony. You did 20 days in 2002 for an assault. You did 6 months in jail in 2003. In 2006, you did 5 months and 10 days in jail for burglary of a vehicle. And there were 2 of those cases. One was dismissed. In 2006, you did 3 months and 10 days in jail for an assault bodily injury. And that was in May. In December 2006, you did 30 days for a theft case. In 2007, you did 40 days for a failure to ID. And then in 2007, in May, you were placed on 2 years probation for burglary of a vehicle that was revoked. You know, at one time, burglary of a vehicle was a felony. So you only did 6 months for that. 2008, you had an assault case, bodily injury, married. You did 55 days in jail. You had a failure to identify and evading arrest, detention, and driving while intoxicated. Those cases were dismissed because they say you were convicted for something else. And so I'm not going to consider those. 2018, you had a criminal trespass of a habitation or shelter. You did 96 days in the jail for that. 2019, you had an obstruction of a highway intoxication, which means that they proceeded on a obstruction of highway instead of DWI.
Yes, ma'am.
2008, you had an evading arrest detention. You did 1 year in the state jail facility. You also had a theft of a vehicle. Those sentences were run concurrently. 2010, you were on parole for an assault, choking, strangulation. You did 8 years for that, and then you were on parole for it. And then you have some assault cases where the complainant waived prosecution. And now we're here for theft of a vehicle and unauthorized use of a vehicle. And according to the stipulations, the person went in the store, they came back, their vehicle was gone. And how old were you when you committed this offense?
Just last year,
All right, and so how old were you last year?
42.
All right. So I don't think you're appropriate. And so the court is finding you guilty. As previously stated, the enhancement is true. Based upon your plea of true and states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court is going to sentence you to the 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine. There's to be no contact with the complainant, and there's to be no residing in households with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right, because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question on what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
4 years. After asking for probation, Gonzalez left with the exact prison sentence the state requested. Then an 18-year-old walked in, 5 months pregnant, asking the court for a chance to build a different life. How far would Judge Boyd go?
All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 0071498 State versus Immani Hastings. Can I have parties announced?
Lindsay Shaw for Miss Hastings.
And are you Miss Hastings?
Yes.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review with your client?
Yes, ma'am.
Hastings, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hastings, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
You're charged with organized retail theft from $750 to $2,500 as a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
All right, so you're gonna have to speak up.
Sorry. Yes.
All right. Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? If you're not, you need to say yes or no.
Yes.
How old are you?
18.
18? 18, pregnant, and committing crimes. All right, I'm going to ask you some more questions later. Did you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's $1,000 fine to be probated. The state recommends deferred adjudication. This will run concurrent with 2026 CC 010949. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
State defense.
It is.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, the felony anti-theft course, anger management, and no contact with the following. Probation, are you ready for the no contact? Court reporters, you all ready? No contact with famous footwear. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
The offer states one.
No objection.
All right, did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence and review the same. State, is there any restitution? All right, thank you. You may be excused. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, the court's aware she's 18 years old. She's 5 months pregnant. She attended Holmes High School. However, she did not graduate. I think when she's ready to be out of the jail, but you know, she plans to live with her mother when she can get out, but she's certainly not had an easy life. I think she did want to tell the court, you know, any help that the court might be able to provide through probation and, you know, when she has this baby.
All right, what do you mean by she hasn't had an easy life?
Well, I mean, you want to tell the judge a little bit about your life?
In and out of foster care
Okay.
and placed different homes, took him out, placed different homes.
So is it best for you to be living with your mom? Because there's a reason you were moved from your mom. That's probably not a good placement. And the people you were hanging around with, those are not good people. The person who's leaving a 7-week-old baby in a vehicle so that they could commit thefts, not a good person. None of these people that you were hanging out with, and when I say not good people, I mean that they were not doing the right thing. You were one of those people not doing the right thing either. You understand?
Yes.
So have you had any drug use in the past?
Yes.
How long ago?
Like in February.
Okay. All right. And the clerk has just told me, so if you could write this down.
Yes, ma'am.
They're having a free diapers and wipes event. So you can go and get diapers for your child and get free stuff for babies there. It's July 11th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's at the Family Service Neighborhood Center, 3014 Rivas, Rivas Street, 78228. And since it's on social media, I'm sure they're fine with me. You have to call and make an appointment. The number is 210-900-5436. And so it's, they'll give out free diapers, free wipes. You're going to learn with babies. They go through diapers like nobody's business. And if you try to stretch it out and keep them in diapers too long, that's how they end up with diaper rash. Now, my mom, she started out with her firstborn with cloth diapers. So you can go that route too. But
It's a lot of washing.
yeah. Thank you so much for letting me know about
Of
that.
course.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send you to 2 years deferred adjudication. Ms. Abrams, we'll do a referral to Esperanza Court. And we're gonna call and see if they can see you today. Yes.
Her misdemeanor, we cannot plea her on that until Monday, so she'll have to remain in custody, so.
So we'll do a referral to Esperanza Court, have you remain in custody, and when that is set on your day, if something happens where Esperanza Court hasn't seen her, just come back here.
Okay.
Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. This will run concurrent with 2026 CC 010949. There's $1,000 fine, probated. And yes, it's not best that you live with your mom because that's going to take you on a path you should not be on, okay? And if there's an issue with housing, after you see Esperanza Court, you can come back here, and if there's no objection from either the state or defense, I'll look into my contacts and see who I can call to help with housing.
Thank you.
I'm going to order parenting classes. Once the parenting classes are complete, 100 hours of community service restitution will be deemed satisfied. And I'm going to order the felony anti-theft course. And once that's completed, the remaining community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be regular UAs, proof of employment, or GED registration within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And no contact with the following. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. All right, so here's the thing. You've got a rocky start, and you got a rocky start because you've been through Child Protective Services as a child. But that's not the end of your story. Don't make it the end of your story. That doesn't give you a pass to do what you know is wrong, okay? So from here, you can continue, you can become successful, and then guess what? Other foster children, you can tell them your story and how you overcame, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
One defendant asked for mercy and received 4 years in prison. The other got 2 years of deferred adjudication and a chance to change course before becoming a parent. Was Judge Boyd consistent, or did these cases deserve different outcomes? Pick your side. Subscribe for more full hearings like these, because that support helps more courtroom footage reach viewers who actually watch the whole story.